All right, so in this video, I'm going to show you how to add that kind of little death animation for the player, change the game state, and make sure that we can respawn the player as well. So what we want to do here is we actually want to add in a main condition. We're going to add in, first we'll go back to here, we'll right click, we'll add in scene properties and edit scene variables, add a new one and call it GameState. And I'm actually going to give this a name. It's going to be a string, and it's going to be called play. Okay, so I'm going to remember that GameState. I'm going to give it a string. I'll go back to here. I'm going to add a condition, and it's going to be scene variable, value of a scene variable, which is GameState. Choose an operator equals play. You entered a text, but a number was expected. Well, I'm not sure why, because I should be able to have it set to a string. So let's just test if this is right. I'll just check and see. I think I can log something. We'll see. I might just restart this video if it doesn't work, but let's just try it anyway. The scene variable GameState is equal to play. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to move all of these things underneath this. Okay, so they're all in line with this, not underneath one another, but that they're all in line with this. So the up arrow key, the down arrow key, all the movement. So what I've got here is the scene variable GameState equals play, and then I can do this stuff here. So I should be able to test my game, and I should be able to move. I can. All right, so that's good. So I can do that, even though it gave me a warning. And now what I'm going to do is, when the player is collision with spikes, I'm going to change the scene variable. Scene, value of a scene variable. Oh, string of a scene variable, that's what I want. Okay, so choose an operator equals, I'm going to change it to dead, like that. And the scene variable, this one here, I'm going to say value, so I'll change it to string of a scene variable. It doesn't seem to want to show up now, but it doesn't matter because it worked. So I'm going to change that, the scene variable GameState to dead. I'm not going to delete the player. I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to change the animation of the player to equals. And I need to go back and actually make sure that I've got the right animations in here. Okay, so I don't actually have a dead animation, so I'll add that. Add one of these is the dead one. I'll have to preview these to see large icons. There it is. And I'll give this one dead. Okay, so I'll go back to here. I've definitely got a dead animation now. Change the animation. Delete that, add that. Change the animation by name for the player. Animation name dead. Okay. All right, and that sets it to that. Now watch what happens here. So I run around, I jump into the spikes, I'm dead. I can move for some reason again. That is because, actually I'm not sure why that is, because it should have set the game state, change the text of scene variable. I'm going to just, I think I may have made a mistake here. So I'm actually going to delete this, add a condition again, and go scene variable, text of a scene variable, game state equals play. And let's see if that works. Okay, I can't actually move now. So we'll go back to here, scene properties, edit scene variables, game state, play. Let's see if it works. There we go. Okay, so I just had that initial string set up wrong, and now I can't move. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add in another condition. I'm going to add a main condition, and this is going to be text of a scene variable, GameState equals dead. Okay, now if this is it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually move this down to here, and I'll just check to see if it works. Set animation of player to dead. Because what was happening before is its movement was, there we go, so I hit that, dead, can't do anything else. And we're going to set a timer. So what I need to do is I'm going to add an action and go timer, start or reset a timer, and we'll put it on the player, I guess, timer option, respawn. Okay. So if I just check that again, make sure that it only took one life off. It did. And we've got a timer called respawn. Reset the timer of that. And then we're going to add a condition under here, a sub event, timer, value of a timer, player, timer's name is called respawn, time in seconds, we'll say 2. So the timer respawn of a player is greater than 2 seconds. Actually, that's not going to work. We're going to reset the respawn timer here. Reset the timer respawn of player when they collide with the spikes. Otherwise, it's just going to constantly respawn it down here. But when the timer respawn of a player is greater than 2 seconds and the game state is dead, then we are going to change the game state. Oops. Variable. Scene variable, sorry. String of a scene variable, game state, choose equals, set that to play. Now we'll just check this, because what should happen is after 2 seconds of being dead, we should be able to move again. 1, 2, and then I can move again. So that's working, but we want to reset the player's position. So let's go position of a player, position of an object, player, choose an operator, equals, player. Actually, we'll have to get the position of the player at the start. So if I mouse over this, the player's X position is 128 and the Y position is 64. So those are the values I'm going to put in. So position of a player, where's the position of an object? There it is, player. X position was 64, Y position was 128. I may have got those wrong actually, but I'll double check them before I do it. That was the other way around. Change the position, equals 128. And then this one is equals 64. Okay. So that will now work. So I should be able to die and then get reset back to there. And of course I'll have to set the animation of the player, add action. I will make a copy of this. So I'll hold control to make a duplicate and I'll change that just to idle so that they don't stand there dead. So the player knows that it's good to go and restarts the game. So I die there. I figured out why that collision detection doesn't work. And I'll show you how to fix that right now, actually. Actually, I'll show you in another video. Next video, I'll show you how to fix that.